Hey everyone, welcome back to another lesson here on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to sell on Amazon in 2024 for complete beginners. I'm going to do my best to explain to you how it is that I actually built my brand. I currently do $33,000 per month. Most recent up-to-date profits, the past 7 days. We have about a 12% taco, so advertising budget against our real sales. And so with normally 42% margins on an organic sale after that ad spend, just with Amazon PPC, pulling in about 30% profit margin on the sales that I just showed you. Just really quickly, quick story about why I'm here, why you should listen to me. I spent the past 5 years as a private label seller, doing the typical Amazon FBA private label model. Take a product from China, source it, change something, bundle it, throw your logo on it, and sell it. And I was successful with that at times, but I could never get it to last. So the problem was that competitors kept coming in, undercutting me on price, selling essentially the same product as me because we're all sourcing from the same manufacturers. And then I would lose everything. I'd have to restart. I'd have to go, okay, well, this product's not it. Try another one, try another one, try another one, try another one. Fast forward 17 private label products. And I finally go, I'm done with this. I'm going to try and source from the US. I'm going to make the point of the product the very core problem of the market. I'm going to solve that and present it in a way in which it is aesthetically pleasing and the clear choice, and I'm going to win. And I spent the last year doing that and making sales like I just showed you even greater, slightly seasonal. We're just starting to kick back up. So looking forward to a great summer. Looking forward to teaching you all about this for free here. And let's get into it. So the first thing that you'll notice I have pulled up, this is from a book called Choose by Ryan Levesque. Now this is essentially the Goldilocks zone for market size. Okay, I was just going over this on my live call I did this morning. Improved memory, beekeeping, leadership skills, orchid care, those all stay there. Those are, just take my word for it, take Ryan's word for it. Those are market sizes that are good to sell in. You can start a company there, pay yourself a salary, working on your own business in this space, eventually potentially sell it for millions of dollars. But it's not too big that you'll get squashed. It's not too little that it's not going to be enough for you and ends up as a side hustle. Okay, cool. What we do here is we test out the fourth compare option. And that's where we're plugging in our market ideas. And don't worry, I'm going to walk you through how to get market ideas, walk you through the whole thing as quickly and effectively as possible. I don't want to waste your time. The way you set this up is you put these four in comparatively. Go to Google Trends, type in improved memory, and then just hit the add button 3 times and add the other 3. You're then going to be shown usually the past day. Change it to past 5 years. That'll give you, this market outline. And then all you have to do here is put in your ideas. And keep in mind, these are not product ideas. So notice none of these are actually products. We're putting in the customer's interest, the customer's pain point, the thing the customer's trying to learn more about. They're trying to improve their memory. They're trying to learn more about beekeeping, trying to be a better leader. They're trying to take better care of their plants. Okay, so as an example of this, I might be able to leverage some of the existing ideas and just go, well, what's different than orchid care? Well, what about snake plant care? And how does that shape up in here? It's an example I've used before. And the way that my mind works is just, well, let's just model the success. I know those are good. Let me think of things similar. And it's okay. You can see the purple one popped up here. It's not quite as big as, where it should be. It should be intertwined with those lines. We've created a new bottom. It's a little too low, but it wouldn't be the worst thing ever. And then so we can go to bonsai care and just keep working off of this one. And that one's a little bit too low as well. And then we could think of things different than leadership skills, things different than beekeeping. Maybe there's something to do with, raising chickens or pigs or, farm animals and improved memory. Maybe there's supplement lines for entrepreneurs or for, overnight drivers and for work off of, the things that are there in front of you. Develop this natural curiosity when you're out in the world. The brand pops out to you, even if it's not for you. Recognize what they're doing there with that storytelling, that branding, developing a target customer. And the one thing I want to point out to you right now is we're not focused on product ideas yet. Just have fun with it and develop this natural curiosity towards who's buying this product, because that's who we're selling to. So if we get that right, we know who that is. We can shape everything towards them. Most sellers don't know how to do this. So that's why you can lock in that longevity, build a real brand and a real business there that doesn't just go away after 3 months like all of my previous products did. Cool. So that's the first thing. The first thing is we have to kind of get this idea of who are we selling to? What are we selling to them? the Google Trends idea, modeling after things that are already successful, is awesome. Now, if I took that idea and I went to Amazon and I typed beekeeping in as one of the ones I was curious about, I can now get my next layer of involvement. And it's kind of a binary decision-making process where I go, yes, I'm going to sell this. No, I'm not going to sell this at this point. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually click onto X-Ray by Helium 10. It's the only product research software that I use and that I would recommend that you actually need. I can't think of anything else you need to do this. You certainly don't need a course. Most of this can be learned for free online here on YouTube, on Google. There's tons of information out there. I do even have a discount link for this software, so you don't have to pay full price for this as well. It's an affiliate link, helps support the channel, and you get the software for less. Win-win. When I type something in and I want to see how much my competitors are selling, that's okay, but I'm also looking for what is it that's selling well. Because with something broad like this, where we're still just looking for the general interest, not quite a product yet, I might just be coming here to get an idea of, well, what sells? And it looks like the bee suit sells really well. Are there other bee suits that sell well? Let's see there. Maybe we refine our search term. And so that becomes one of our first products. And so working in order here, I don't want to confuse you, give you too much information too soon. We just need the thing we're going to sell. We want to make money, which means we need to create a transaction in which we profit from. How do we get someone to enter a transaction with us? We offer them something that they value more than the money they currently have. Transaction is made. How do we create value? Well, there's a great book on this called $100 Million Offers, Building Great Offers. And then I would combine that with great marketing, great branding, great presentation. You can learn more about great presentation, great marketing, books like Blue Ocean Strategy, Russell Brunson's 3-book series, Traffic Secrets, .com Secrets, and Expert Secrets. All of those touch on this type of stuff. Those have really shaped the way I think about this business, made a big impact in me moving from private label to where I am now. I'll recommend all of those. So there's that method, right? Playing around with ideas, modeling success from markets we've already heard of from this book. Okay, then we can move over to, again, your subscription will include this, Helium 10's black box keyword feature. So we can say, show me things that have 5,000 search volume, 20,000 to 100,000 in revenue per month, in the following markets: arts, crafts, and sewing, beauty and personal care, handmade maybe, patio lawn garden, not office products, sorry, pet supplies, sports and outdoors, tools, home improvement, toys and games. Let's check it out. So we'll hit search on that. Not too specific. I didn't really go hard in any one area. Price is, for the most part, unless something scares me here, we can get to it when that point comes, but a lot of these things are already priced just fine. So I don't limit the criteria too much. I just want to look for some free-flowing ideas. And again, as you watch more of this video, don't get bored and click off, get distracted, because this is the amalgamation of like 5 years of me learning. I just want to give it to you for free. So stick around. I try and reframe things constantly so that they click for different people. So if something's currently boring you or you're not getting it, just wait, and I assure you it'll change. So soil moisture meter. Let's just open that. It's funny, I actually saw this morning, I think. Yeah, okay, so this is a typical example of a product where it's a means to an end. So a very good private label product in the traditional sense of like, if you can get it for the cheapest, the one that works the best for the least amount of money will probably win. However, I wouldn't say there's like a clear path to additional value here. If the moisture meter is accurate, everything's kind of done. Now we can do things like its pH and moisture in one, like this brand has done, already been done. So there's only so much I can play around with here. I can change the look of it dramatically, but with it being somewhat of an electrical instrument, and the molding required with the plastic, it's going to be pretty difficult to do something like this. I'm not going to lie to you, and I don't see a lot of upside. I don't think customers really going to get too excited about a moisture meter. So it's more of an accessory item. I'm not too big on that. We'll just click right out of that. And so I think being a great, great entrepreneur is knowing how to say no more often than yes. But you gotta just take action, find things to actually say no to. So let's see here. as we're looking through here, I go pretty quick. Feel free to comment down below where you're at in this business model. I'd love to hear from you. If you're doing this right now, if this is exciting to you, if you like these longer videos like this, where I'm just kind of talking through my thought process. And if you have any questions about any way that I'm doing things, or things that work in my brand, I'm here to help. So you see all the tabs I have open. I'm actually going to be taking you through a journey from beginning to end. So there is an end point at the end of this video, and we're just slowly working through it. So don't worry, there is some structure here. I'm not just freestyling. Pet feeding station, glow recipe, let's see. Stuff like this, again, accessory items, no one really cares about them. Means to an end products. If you make it significantly better, who cares? I almost cursed. It's a suction cup. Try and keep it PG as much as possible. Camping chairs for adults. Kind of a big, bulky product. Again, kind of who cares. Tug-of-war dog toy. Going to destroy it in 10 minutes. Let's see. We want things that people are almost a little bit excited by them arriving, and or they're for a very specific problem that's easy to measure how valuable you are. And now keep in mind, this is just what I've found to be true for me up to this date. I'm not speaking definitively here. There are people way ahead of me that probably disagree with me and point out where I'm wrong. I encourage you, if you know something that I don't, call me out if I say something that doesn't make sense. I'm just trying to figure out what's right. And so that's why the past 5 years, my testing has been spent actually spending my money on product ideas and launching stuff, and, spending money on ads and testing things and just seeing, what actually works, what doesn't. So far, everything I'm saying, I wouldn't be saying if I didn't actually believe it to be true and have evidence for it being true. So let's see. Dog bag holder. No. Beard growth is a semi-interesting one. That is semi-interesting because of a very specific customer. The only thing, okay, so here's a good example of a market where I wouldn't want to compete. Everyone is already playing the beat you with your packaging and design game. There's nothing really old and boring or clinical about this. If this was all there was, and there was none of the other, like Alpha Beer's very good brand name, right? Someone who wants to grow a beard, wouldn't they relate to something called Alpha Beard? And then the imagery is simple yet complex. It looks high end. Really good positive ratings. I mean, the social proof's through the window. It's priced in that upper range for the market. Everything else here is similarly priced, but it comes with a bunch of other stuff. This is just this. It's just a, what's it called? Supplement. So Scotch Porter, maybe for a slightly more sophisticated person. So you see, we're almost selling to identities with the different packaging types. And so I think this would have been a good product maybe 5-10 years ago, when you were being more disruptive. There wasn't much out there. As we start to see these new, young, nimble brands popping up all over the place with clever brand name, with clearly good creative, meaning there's brand videos that are actually of good quality, there's good packaging design, I start to go, there's so many more markets that are old, boring, have a bunch of customers, and really no one new competing for the attention. I'll just go there. So I would back out of this. I'd go back through here and look through here. For the sake of moving the video along, I'm going to show you another way that you can do this. It's one of my favorite. Don't sleep on this though. This is a good way to find a product. So moving on, my next favorite thing to do, probably one of my favorites, is just a good old-fashioned hobbies list. There's all kinds of different hobbies lists. Astronomy, beekeeping. Beekeeping is one of the things we were recommended to by Ryan Levesque, author of Choose, in a market that's the right size to sell in. So that's actually a fair example of how powerful this could be. Composting, let's go check that out. And then I'll just show you my system that I have for doing this. So when you go from the hobbies list, you take the word that is the root of it, so the fewest words and or word possible that you can use to get to the same results in the same market. So if I just put composting And I have Helium 10. This is why I said this is the only tool you need. Pretty much does everything. It's pretty inclusive. It'll show me in the Amazon search bar related terms to what I'm searching. So you'll notice there's like top related long tail keywords based on composting. And so composting bin, toilet, worms, bin, kitchen, worms, live. We can see some other cool things that they'll do is related words, keywords after. So they'll take words and put them after composting. And we have keywords before and smart complete. Generally, I'm just looking for whatever is highest. So I see that composting toilet is at almost 8,000. Composting bin has 57,000 search volume. Search volume parameters, I like to see 10,000 and above. I start getting interested around the 5 to 10 range. And then if there's additional words that stack total market volume to be up in the 20, 30,000 range, that's kind of my point of reference. My market has around 40,000 search volume, not for one term. My main search term has about 13,000 search volume. There's a few other search terms that'll bring me to my market. So let's check this out. So compostable or compost bin. Let's do compost. Let's check out the toilet. That was our first. Okay, too big, too much. It's just we're not going to do that, right? We want to start a brand realistically. I know forget when I was starting, I couldn't afford to launch a toilet now. Okay, it's just too much. We need smaller, we need simpler, we need it to cost a couple dollars a unit. It's not going to work. So let's go composting. And then the next one, I forget what it was. I think it was just bin. Okay, so these are like outdoor bins. Again, so one of the problems that I have now is that the product is actually just very large. So it's hard. It's hard when your product is so big. The fees start to become a nuisance. Shipping starts to become a nuisance. Everything just gets bigger. It gets harder. It's not fun to sell huge, giant products. It makes everything harder. And again, going back to my example, when there's millions of product ideas out there, millions of customers out there and markets out there, I'll just pick something else. I'm in control of my destiny at this point. Once you kind of lock into an idea, you're working on it, you go live. If you don't find product market fit, you're kind of screwed there, right? Like that was your attempt, and now you need to either regain capital or make more capital, try something else. Right now, the world is your oyster. I'm not even entirely sure I understand that saying, but I'm going to use it. So let me know in the comments if I used it wrong. Archery. There's actually a lot of good things here. There's $1 million idea sitting right here, right? And so oftentimes we get all caught up in the thinking part of this and the planning and like, no, just open some tabs, get to work, start analyzing stuff and looking for search volume that's high, markets that are old and boring that you can go into, be disruptive, create this great brand story, great presentation, and value innovate. The Blue Ocean Strategy, like I said, great book in the beginning about innovating on value, creating a better quality product for a new uncontested marketplace, not just competing with everyone in a red ocean of sellers where everyone's stealing each other's sales and fighting for market share. You want to go into a market, be disruptive, instantly become the market king. So moving on, fast forward a little bit, say we found beekeeping, we're going to be selling beekeeping suits. What is the first thing that I start thinking about? What's the way that I approach whether an idea is good or not, or I should pursue it or not? After we've already established there's an enthusiast customer in an evergreen market where the search volume's high, demand is high, there's a couple old boring competitors. Immediately I start thinking about how am I going to stand out? So you have your Amazon search funnel, impressions, clicks, add to carts, and purchases. I need to get my impressions from my ads or from my organic listing showing up somewhere to turn into a click. And how do I do that? I do that with a great main image. I do that with a price that's either very high and gets people to click, go, why is this so much higher than everything else? Or review ratings that are 5 stars and everyone else is, maybe it's anything you can see. Okay, so I don't want to put too much weight on any one thing because they all play a role. I think the main image is by far the most important. However, you still have, everyone's going to see your reviews, see your price, see how long it takes to get delivered. Keep that in mind. Okay, this is what we can control and the big thing I'm focusing on. This is an apple cider vinegar beverage. This is Poppy, a prebiotic soda. Which one do you want to buy more? Which one would you click on? I would click on this one. I think everyone else would too. So the same product. They dumped this into this. Same product. Okay. They simplified it, started focusing on the core elements of the value proposition. And this is what this brand rebranded to be. An incredibly successful rebranding. Okay. And the reason that this works so well is because they're thinking through who the person is and what they're actually going to connect to. We have to make an impact on them that they instantly understand it, they instantly want to interact with our brand. So if we can do this in beekeeping, if we can be the Poppy of the bee suits, where we instantly stand out, instantly recognizable what the core value proposition is and how we're executing on that, then we're going to dominate in click-through rate, right? So we'll be sending all these signals to the Amazon algorithm. Hey, people are really interested in this product. They're clicking on it a lot. Now, what sucks if you get a lot of clicks, but no one converts. So we'll get to that soon. At this point, you probably have enough done that you can become an Amazon seller. If you found your market, you're starting to ask yourself these questions, thinking through value propositions, how I would change my packaging, you can sign up for your Amazon Seller Central account. At which time, you might want to start thinking about trademarking your brand name. Okay, that's how you get signed up for Amazon's brand registry. And to do so, you probably want to split test your brand name. So I came up with about 7 brand names and split tested them amongst a group of close friends and family. Took the top 3 winners from those, ran a 100 or 200 person split test on PickFu, took the winner of that and developed 5 different logos for that brand name, put those all head to head, pick the winning logo. So now I have this kind of filtered down brand name and logo that's been split tested. Everyone agrees is the best out of everything we've come up with. Awesome. At this point, you have your logo, you have your brand name, brand registered, Seller Central account. You know how you're going to stand off the page. This is your theme, your feeling. This is playful, it's bright, it's retro. Maybe you're dark, edgy, impactful. Maybe you're funny, silly, eclectic. There's a feeling that we get when we look at a product. Convicted, strong, bold. I was looking at Gorilla Glue on a live stream I did this morning. It's like there's this brand presence. Sometimes what can help is a brand character. In their case, they were smart. They came up with these interesting symbols. Their brand character is almost the symbol for their different flavors. It's pretty neat. I know you're not going to get this right away either. I'm just trying to plant seeds that maybe grow into big, evergreen trees one day for you. Don't think you need to understand this all right now. It's okay to have questions, not understand it all. I can't possibly explain it well enough in a 30-minute YouTube video, but I just want to put the curiosity in your mind of, hey, someone's doing this business model differently, building it like a real brand, like a real company, right? He's clearly passionate about this. I like that. I relate to that. I want to do that too. If so, just start doing more research on it, slowly and surely increasing that knowledge. Every time you increase your knowledge a little bit, increase your action a little bit, get it to match up, so your knowledge to action ratios lined up. And every time you run into a problem you don't know what to do, just start learning a little bit more again. Take what you know that you just learned, start applying it, figure out a new problem, and just keep climbing the ladder that way. But this is a good place to start off, at least if these ideas are starting to click with you, make sense. I would take that as a big win for you today. So now, we have to find our manufacturer. I'm big about manufacturing in the United States. Okay, now that restricts us to about 1% of the total products we can potentially order. So I like doing the opposite. I think a lot of the money to be made is where the masses aren't. Everyone in private label says we want this niche product, high demand, low competition, easily sourceable, this price range, made out of plastic, this. What if we went and we did old markets, build a real business, sell a real product that can maybe one day has application in stores and in retail and started on Amazon and tested industries that have been around forever, where you don't need to come up with some crazy new design or new product. You just rebrand or brand for the first time and disrupt and enter a market in a new creative way. With a product that solves a solution for a specific customer. Thomasnet.com is where I found my manufacturer. At least it started the snowball effect that found me my manufacturer. So I don't know if this even work. Beekeeping. It looks like apiary is the name here. which makes sense. These are all US manufacturers. Okay, so apiary products, packaging, it's like maybe honey bottles, stuff like that. It's really obscure. It just takes a lot of playing around with the keywords that you're using, but this is where I would start looking for your US manufacturer and or company. And I'll tell you right now, the way, I don't know what this is, but let's check it out. The way that I found this, the way that I found my product manufacturer, sorry, I'm getting lost in thought here, is that I contacted as many somewhat relevant results that I could find on thomasnet.com, on Google, searching for companies that make the kind of thing I'm looking for. And then I would email them, and then wait a day. If they didn't answer my email, I would call them, and then I have an email to reference to. Hey, just following up on an email I sent you. Could I talk to maybe your sourcing manager or whatever. I'm following up. Can you produce this for me? And most of the time you're going to get, no, sorry, we can't do that. Or yes, we can. You have to order 40,000 units. Oh, great. Okay, so no, I can't do that. And this is my response now. Do you know anyone that can do this for me? And that's the question that found me my manufacturer, because I was referred to a person that was able to, a small company in Texas, was able to manufacture my product for me. At a reasonable minimum order quantity and everything, lined up. Once you're on track with your manufacturer, you can head over to Fiverr. You got to get your package designed. So you get a die line from your manufacturer, and we're going to look for, let's see, maybe they have some on the homepage. No, they don't. I guess the logo design's close, but really we want packaging design. So nothing's going to change if nothing changes. You can't expect to have the best packaging in the market when you're using the same designer that everyone's using. So unfortunately, or fortunately, we have to start spending more and increasing the amount of effort we're putting in at each stage of the process to have a product that stands out in the marketplace. Because if we just do it like everyone, we're going to get the results that everyone has. So I paid about $600 for my product packaging, paid $1,200 for my product photos. And a lot of you were like, well, that's great because that's how much money I have to start. Well, it's okay, right? I started this business model 5 years ago with like $1,300. You'll get there, trust me. It might take a little while, try some things, but keep your head high, okay? When you get to the level of brand building and doing it the way that I'm showing you right now, you have to elevate at every turn and come up with a design that is in a category of one. It stands by itself. It's unlike anything else in the market. That's how we get that great click-through rate. And once we put that same amount of energy into explaining our value props, thinking through what would be perfect for the customer, and designing our Amazon listing, we can explain to them in our secondary images, convince them to buy. Now we have an optimized click-through rate, optimized conversion rate. That's leading to great sales. Hopefully, as long as we're paying attention to the financials, to the fees associated with running this business, we do this all profitably and win away. So next stage is that we come up with this packaging design. I came up with two completely different ideas, both completely custom, both have a brand character built in for that specific product. I test them head to head. Then I take the winner of those two and I test against the best selling product in the market, main image to main image mockup. Okay, cool. You're winning there. You're in good shape. Now, I want to show you an example of this in real time. So this is a brand that I work on. It's a YouTube channel that I run, not this one, but it's following along my fishing business with my buddy. So we started this YouTube channel for fly fishing, and we've got about 1,000 followers on here. Head over to YouTube, and we've got 2.29 thousand subscribers on YouTube. A really good engagement from our audience. So you can see, for instance, like 5,000 views. Video was posted 4 days ago, 6,000 views, 6,000. I'm not like bragging here or anything, but it's just like, this is going well. This is cool. So one thing that we did was we created this new logo recently. And again, we thought of like, we want to have this kind of like edgy, we're like younger guys in this space that is like, traditionally a lot of the content is geared towards classic style fly fisherman, old tweed proper, right? And we're just kind of coming in and like being goofballs and doing it the way we want to do it, being a little bit disruptive. So we made this logo that is definitely like, certainly has influences from Liquid Death. I'm sure a lot of you will notice that. And then one thing that we can do here, right, is like, here's a fly tying tutorial I made a month ago. Right now, we don't have a physical product. We're working on creating a custom fly with a production company right now. However, for now, like, I can refer people to affiliate links. So I have an affiliate deal with this company. They sell really high quality fly fishing equipment. Okay, I've actually been working with them. Fun fact, I took this image that they put on their website. This was I was fishing with owner of the website, Jerry, got this nice steelhead. But anyway, I can get a commission for everything I make from here right now. And eventually that will be second to the fact that the thing in the description is the product that I'm selling for this fly fishing community. So here's like a real example of a way that I've been growing an organic audience for a specific person, steelhead fly fishing. And I can make a product around that, and I'm going to do that through great creative. So I'm going to take the time to create a great brand name that sticks out, create good content, good free content, good logo for it. And this is kind of an example of branding that I can share with you right now. It's not my Amazon brand that I just showed you, but it's another brand that I'm working on in a different way. Okay. So to summarize, a bit of a longer video, but I'm selling on Amazon in 2024, step by step. That's a lot of it. Now there's little things in there that you'll have questions, but run as far as you can until you trip, and then go look, what the hell just tripped me? Oh, let me get that out of the road, and then keep running till you trip again. So don't get too caught up on, yeah, but I don't know every little step. I don't know. Just don't worry about it. Just start looking at ideas, start thinking creatively, having fun with it, looking at search volume, get the tools, you start using them, getting familiar with it. Because at the end of the day, if you do something wrong 100 times, you're far better off than the person who did it, who tried to do it right once. Okay, so just start doing stuff. When you get stuck, come here, leave me a comment. I'll make a video about it. I will literally be your accountability partner. If you follow the steps that I've shared, and again, this is just my experience. I can't give legal advice or business advice or anything like that. Disclaimer. But this is what's worked for me. I wanted to share it with you. Just give it to you for free. Have this. Go have fun. Go please. Build a life that's filled with freedom and excitement for you, where you're working on things that are, creative and fun to work on, fun to build, and you take pride in working on them. But anyway, be sure to subscribe down below. It's the only thing I ask of you. I just want to be able to hang out with you more, show you more stuff that I've learned. And other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much. Later.